Speaking of stealing, I should tell you guys about, it's really fucked up, but since everybody's shitting on, well, not shitting on, it's causing them. You know the whole outbreak thing in Taco Bell? Since it's like cool to like make fun of Taco Bell again, I think I should tell you guys the origin of that story. I think a lot of people don't know, like people are always like, what the fuck? How did Taco Bell? I'm going to tell y'all something. Let me tell you something about Taco Bell. Hold up. Y'all know the story of Taco Bell, right? You guys, are you guys familiar with Taco Bell? Some of y'all, so this is the kind of story that half y'all are going to be like, hell yeah, brother, I'm eating there every day. And the other will be like, what the fuck? You're telling me that they stole and robbed and took away from women and minorities? Okay, let me tell you a story. Hold up. I got to tell y'all the story. Okay, this is actually an interesting story. But since you're talking about Americans stealing shit, of course, everybody steals shit. But this is something that I was like, nobody knows this. Like, this is a crazy origin story. So you know how we talked about the origin? We talked about how, like, Chick-fil-A, what a crazy, cool, inspirational story that was, and In-N-Out Burger, and how that kind of does. Let me tell you the opposite. Let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you about Taco Bell. All right, you know, yes, there is a picture of me in Myrtle Beach when I was 14 wearing a, hey, yo quiero Taco Bell, you know? Okay? All right, I think they should bring the Chihuahua back. I don't think anybody was actually offended by the Chihuahua, but whatever, you know? But let me tell you something about this, okay? The Taco Bells, the whole border thing like that, this is fucked up, okay? It's a little bit fucked up. I'm going to tell you the story of Taco Bell. So, Taco Bell wasn't started by, somebody who came up with an idea or somebody who was from Mexico or something like that. It's just straight up fucking stolen valor. We should call them fucking Stolen Bell or some shit. I don't know. But Taco Bell is hiding a dark secret. They don't want you to know about it. So I'm going to take you back to 1937, okay? So in 1937, right near the Mexican border, okay? Right near the Mexican border on Route 66, okay? So for those of you guys who like understand the Southwest right there is in the Southern California, down on Route 66 or somewhere down there. In 1937, there was a Mexican immigrant, and she was there she opened up a little stand, right? And her name was Lucia Rodriguez, okay? Lucia Rodriguez. And her family had a little taco stand. And her and her family had a little taco stand, and they had immigrated. They come up there, and she'd open up a little taco stand called the Milta Cafe, okay? The Milta Cafe. And she did something that hadn't been really done before. Now hard shell tacos weren't new. I mean, they had been done before, but she kind of reinvented it and used it and changed the way it was done. So what she did was they got the tortillas and they deep fried them. And they did them on demand, and she was the first one to kind of like bring it to the masses, and also the first one to put ground beef in it. And so she had fried hard shell tacos, and she was selling for only 10 cents a piece. Okay? 10 cents a piece. And there was a line out the door. Down the street. People were lining up. They were lining up. They loved this shit. It was crunchy. You could hold stuff in it. It wouldn't drip in your hands. You know, it was really tasty. And people were buying these like crazy. Well, across the street, right? Old Route 66 here. Here's her little cafe stand, right? Her little thing. Okay, when she's telling her tacos right here. And there's people down the street, right? Well, across the street, there was a dude. And he had a stand too. And he sold glizzies, hot dogs. Okay? And his name was Glenn Bell. That's right. If you're ever wondering where Taco Bell came from, it's not from the Alamo. It wasn't an actual Bell. It was a guy named Glenn Bell, a white guy named Glenn Bell. And he was selling hot dogs. Well, he was trying to sell hot dogs. And he wasn't selling any hot dogs. Everybody was across the street getting tacos, okay? Listen, hombres didn't want Glenn's wiener, okay? They wanted Lisa's tacos. All right, that's what they wanted. And Glenn couldn't figure out why they wouldn't do it. So one day Glenn said, you know what, I'm going to go try these tacos out, okay? And Glenn walks over there and he eats the taco and he says, holy shit, these are really good. These are pretty damn good. And so what does Glenn do? Does Glenn do, wow, I have good competition. Maybe I should just provide a better product. No, Glenn befriends the family. And he makes nice with them, gets to know them, goes to the quinceañeras, okay? Goes to the fucking, Dia de Muertes, okay? Goes to all the fucking little fucking parties, and he gets to know them. And you know what they do? They invite him into their kitchen. They invite Glenn into the kitchen to show him how they make it. Now, to my brown people out there, We learned anything about trusting white people? I'm sorry, I know it's fucked up, but all right. But here you go. So Lucia Rodriguez and her family allow Glenn to come in, and they teach him how to make these. And they show him, this is how you make the tortilla from hand, and this is how you get them prepared all for the day and keep them fresh, and this is how we fry them, this is the oil, this is how we crisp them, and this is what we do, we put it in there. And then Glenn decided to pack up shop, go to another area, a more heavily populated area, and start selling them as his own. This is San Bernardino, California, 1937. This is where Mount Vernon Avenue is, about that area. I'm not real familiar with Southern California. You guys probably know about that. And her husband, okay, they, like I said, they had this little restaurant. Everything was going good. And like I said, hard shell tacos were not new. They had been done before, but it was more of a torta, you know. It wasn't like a actual taco, and it wasn't like with the ground beef in it, okay. And so they used to put potatoes in it and stuff like that, but never ground beef. So he called it. It was called originally it was called Bell's Drive-In and Burgers. He was across the street. Everything was going good, okay. Well, they showed him how they made it. He added tacos to his menu in 1951. Okay, 1951, Glenn adds tacos to his menu. And then he opens up Taco Tia. Now, a white guy named Glenn Bell opens up a place called Taco Tia. And then El Taco. And he started opening up these stands, and he started selling them as his own. And then he opened up his first Taco Bell in 1962. Will's going to see this, and he's going to open up this fucking video with the whole comment about brown people and white people, and then, God damn it, I fucked up. All right? Now, here's the thing. Why have you never heard about this? Why have you never heard about this? Because Glenn Bell never once gave them credit, never once gave them a commission, a royalty, a stake in any of the companies. Glenn Bell straight up was failing, went to a taco stand across the street that was doing well, befriended the immigrant family. They brought him into their kitchen, taught him the ways of doing it. He then goes, copies it exactly, sells it, goes to another area, resells the same thing that they would take, that he took from them without any permission, anything like that, and then ended up building an empire with it. And to this day, while Taco Bell is worth billions and billions of dollars, Milta Cafe still exists. Okay, the family still runs this little place down there. Now you might say to yourself, well, that's capitalism, Stocky. Or hey, maybe they should have just had better marketing. Or hey, maybe the family's just happy for them. Yeah, everyone's happy for you. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations on being a multi-billionaire. We're so happy that our family could do this for you. But I just thought it was interesting that the history of Taco Bell was nothing to do with Mexico except for stealing the recipe from a little family by a white guy named Glenn Bell who couldn't sell hot dogs and worked his way in and got it. This is the true story of the history of Taco Bell. Not everyone has the motivation to put in the work of creating a multi-billion-dollar company like watching Founder. Sir, no one is saying that they would have been successful. They probably never wouldn't want to have it. That's not what the story is. The story isn't, oh, he stole a business idea or he took their work from them. The dude he befriended them, had them teach him, making it seem, you know what? There's always going to be one guy. Listen, he didn't do anything illegal. No one is saying Glenn Bell did anything illegal. It was the immigrant family's fault, okay? It wasn't the white American's fault. He was just living the American dream. If these immigrants weren't here illegally, okay, he never would have been able to take it from them. So maybe they shouldn't have been fucking breaking the law. That's not what I said, bro. All I said is that he befriended this family and they were nice enough to bring him in and teach him this, and he straight up took it and stole it and sold it as his own and built an empire. That's all I'm saying. No one is sitting here saying that what he did was illegal, he should be in jail. Welcome to the fucking food industry. It happens. But not every food industry is Taco Bell. And if you ever wondered, why is Taco Bell? Is it actually Mexican? Is it Tex-Mex? Why is there a bell? You know, you just know the origin story. Jesus Christ. Milta was never going to expand, though. No one said it would. But normally, the right thing to do would be like, hey, I think of a great product. I would love to sell it. I would like to expand this. Would you like to be a equity partner in return for this? Or would you like a royalty? Or can I use this? Or whatever. Straight up just yoink. There's millions of these stories. I just like sharing it with you because all the people are like, actually, Stocky, that's not illegal. Actually, all he did was be a better businessman. You know, hey man, I just thought it was a cool story. Now you know about the history of Taco Bell. I guarantee you, instead of saying, wow, Okay, whatever, Stocky. But that's cool. I didn't know that was the origin of the story. No, that's what it is. It's the origin. Now you know. So the next time that you go to a Taco Bell, you're gonna piss somebody off because you're gonna be like, hey, do you know how they were actually founded? It's a really cool story, and it's not a cool story. Nobody gives a shit. Okay, but you're gonna tell them, and people are gonna be like, dude, shut the fuck up, man. Nobody cares about the stuff. I didn't ask you about Taco Bell. Okay, I don't care about that, bro. You always do this shit. Every time we go somewhere that's a business, you got to tell me some dumbass story about where it was started and who fucked over who and who had an inspirational. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody fucking cares, man. You got to stop this shit. You got to stop this, man. Okay, no chicks want to fucking fuck us because of you. Okay, nobody wants to invite us into a fucking friend group. We can't go out to drink anymore. And every time somebody texts me and says, hey man, you do anything this weekend? Hey, you sure he's not gonna come, right? Don't let him come because he's gonna fucking tell us we're gonna have a beer and he's gonna be like, hey man, did you know that the beginning of this beer was actually funded by the fucking Mongols before Marco Polo took it and fucking gave it to Richard the Great, who then taxed his people to fight the French and he took a bolt in the neck? Nobody gives a shit, man. Don't let his ass come in here. If he shows up, we're never inviting you again. He's like, bro, I don't have any fucking friends. You're my only friend and you're fucking annoying, man. Stop with this shit. Where do you even learn this shit from?